Is there a managerial superstar out there who you would like, let's pay $1.5 million for?
It's a good question. Are we in a fallow period of available managers? Well, I think we definitely are.
So, before Tuchel got the job before this one, are you looking for wunderkind German 32-year-olds and going, yeah, come on, look, this is going to be mad, right? You're going to have to go and watch loads of football in the League of Ireland and in the Championship in England, but we pay you £1 million. We think you're going to be special. This is your chance to catapult yourself up so you don't have to manage the second best team in the Bundesliga.
You see, the thing is that person not Stephen Kenny?
Probably, yeah.
He's 47 years old. Okay, you definitely can't describe him as a wunderkind because he's 47 years old. But in terms of his profile being relatively...
47's young. What the...
Well, you just mentioned Thomas Tuchel. He's older than Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
Quite substantially. So that is our version of what that is. The only people who take that sort of job in international football now, it seems to be like a patriotic call to arms, like Ryan Giggs.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get somebody from abroad to risk the very important early stages of their managerial career to come and manage us.
For loads of money you would. That's my point. That was the money was the issue there, not the, you're not appealing to...
I'm still not sure we would. I'm still not sure we would. Like, what is the point? Like, it is a huge dollop of short-termism to take the Ireland job.
Roberto Martinez, for example, somebody at that level. How much is Roberto Martinez getting? I don't know. But
well, I'd say he would get less paid with Belgium than he would get with Ireland. But that's not the point here. There is a certain trade-off in terms of your own reputation.
Let's go through the papers. A frosty public face, but O'Neill did have another side. That's Emmett Malone's story there. And who next? McCarthy, the early favourite. Finances, not football, prompted the FAI to act is Emmett's second piece there. Delaney concerned about the possibility of missing out on co-hosted Euro 2020. And look, it's hard to have too many issues with their immediate short-termism because, well, you kind of need it. We need to qualify. We've got to be playing in that game. Monet's Garden, farewell to a legend, tributes flow after brilliant chaser dies aged 20. And then betting La Liga Loca.
Have it a morning to you.
It used to be argued that La Liga was boring, not because it lacked star talent, but rather because too much of the talent resided at Barcelona and Real Madrid to make Spain uncompetitive. But now, apparently, there's a little bit of competition, and anyway, moving swiftly on. Robbie Keane in the frame is the headline on John Fallon's piece in the Times Ireland edition. McCarthy is keen on a return to Ireland job. So George Calkin has the story that Mick McCarthy is keen. I mean, I think we all knew he was keen, right? Because he's on Virgin Media, he's doing games, he's around a good bit.
Also said, literally on the record, that he would be very interested in a return to the Ireland job at some point.
This is the Irish Independent. Back page, Duff insists McCarthy and Robbie could spark Ireland. And the GPA boost for second-tier football championship plans. So 60% of GPA members now are in favour of a tiered championship. I wonder, is the 40% against it the 40% of players who are going to be in that second tier, or how that worked? I'd like to see the breakdown county by county. And then on the front page, it's a picture of happy times, the nostalgia when Aircon was a company and existed in the build-up to 2002, looks like. Is that our 2002 jersey? Is it?
Yeah.
Training kit?
Yeah.
It looks like 2002. So there you go. I don't know. Did they pay him off? Did they have to pay him? Do you have to pay Martin O'Neill off?
Well, because it's mutual agreement, isn't there some sort of middle ground you have to reach?
Probably, yeah. So the Examiner front page, Back to the Future. That's Big Mick. McCarthy lined up for Irish return following O'Neill departure.
He does kind of... What's the name of the actor that played Doc in Back to the Future? He could play Mick McCarthy in his biopic.
Christopher Lloyd?
Christopher Lloyd? Let's go with that, because I haven't a notion. But now that I see it there, I'm like, yeah, kind of look alike.
Yeah.
And is Robbie Keane's going to be his Marty McFly?
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd. There you go. I was right. Yeah. I mean, it does have a 80s blockbuster feel to it.
Yeah, it does.
Ultimately, those blockbusters, short term, feel good, instantly forgettable.
Yeah, and their view of the future was completely off. Again, this all comes back to short-termism. This is just a move for the here and the now, not for the future. You done?
Done.
Herald's back in front. Get Mac back, says the front. At the back it says Mac to the future. McCarthy tipped for return as Irish boss with Robbie Keane in as number 2. The Mirror then goes, there's a lot of people, is anybody not going with Mac to the future this morning? The Mirror goes with Mac to the future. FAI hunt new boss after O'Neill goes. They're on the front as well. Mick Your Mind Up time. The back of the Irish Daily Mail then this morning is The Last Dance. McCarthy in frame as FAI call time on O'Neill, Keane access, while Ireland's best is yet to come. Warren Sexton, he is the Rugby Writers' Player of the Year for 2018. Front page of the Irish Sun is Give Me the Job, while the back of the Sun is Return of the Mick, and he'll bring Robbie with him, says Owen Cowser. The Star then, the front goes with Return of the Mac. Mick tipped to be manager again as FAI pay €1.5 million to ditch O'Neill and Keane. While also on the front page, Conor misses court over a speed charge. Conor McGregor failed to turn up in court yesterday as he faced prosecution on a new driving rap. Back of the Irish Daily Star is Help. We need somebody. Lennon and McCarthy top FAI list and benefactor may have been found to fund it. And you've also got Matt Doherty's quotes there saying that he was baffled by O'Neill's methods. Then a couple of the UK back pages who don't lead with Ireland, naturally. Back of The Guardian is Football Makes Miracles. Infantino says shared World Cup could help Middle East peace. So that's exactly what the World Cup brings, is peace and good times and good memories for those struggling. The Daily Telegraph then is Rugby Chief seeks tougher line on tackles. Referees must show more red and yellow cards, says Gosper.
So here's our breakfast menu this morning. Patrice Evra, what a creep. We've got a chess update. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, the worst trash talking since the Tiger Phil stuff. GA shootouts, obviously somebody somewhere is watching OTB AM because, our wish is coming true, it seems. And the Ireland team. Are we going to talk more about the Ireland team? Have we done enough about the Ireland team? Is everybody...
Rugby team.
The Ireland rugby team. Okay, go for it.
We've definitely done enough on the Ireland football team at this point. So as you can expect, plenty of changes for Joe Schmidt's side this weekend. Jerry Thornley with the team that he expects to play this weekend. If this team ends up being the actual team, well, what a coincidence. Tons of changes, an entirely new 15. So like the big talking point here is it'll be a first start for both the half-back pairing of Ross Byrne and John Cooney. And you start to think to yourself, is there a possible route into a 23-man squad for either of these guys? I would say the answer is very much no, but you just don't know. Like even if we leave fitness aside, there's obviously a route for them if injuries arise.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I think that Cooney has a chance, right? Because just let's take the fitness point. Marmion's going to be out between now and February because of his ankle injury. So Cooney will have tape coming into the Six Nations. If there is an injury, if Murray's not fit and Marmion's not back, then Cooney's on the bench for those Six Nations games and he gets a chance. And who knows at that point what happens. So like, I definitely wouldn't be losing faith or being hopeless at this point if I'm either of those two, because
he also provides the other string to the bow that Conor Murray provides, which is off the tee he's not bad, and that's not a string to the bow. I think Ross Byrne has got to hope for a sensational run of injury luck. I'd be very, very surprised. Like to usurp the starting 10 for Leinster and Munster at this point is going to be extremely
hugely
tough.
difficult. However, he will get plenty of game time too, because they are going to manage Johnny Sexton's minutes like even more than they normally do.
Yeah, and he's obviously going to be on the plane to the World Cup. It's strange that we actually have a very definite thing. Just in terms of the rest of the team, the rest of the backs, Will Addison, a full back. The wings are Andrew Conway and Darren Sweetnam. Got a midfield pairing of Sam Arnold and Stuart McCluskey. And then up front, the front row is Dave Kilcoyne, Al Scannell, Finlay Beelum, Tyg Byrne and Ian Henderson. Pretty good second row for your second choice 23. Well, not 23, Ian Henderson was in the squad last week. Rhys Ruddock, Jordy Murphy and Jack Conan at the back line. Like, this is the thing about these November tests. Even when we're not playing our first team, you want to see these combinations play together. You want to see Sammy Arnold and Stuart McCluskey go out there together.
Yeah.
It draws viewers in, and that's why, it comes back to this idea that rugby is a good thing to watch at the moment in terms of an entertaining calendar year, and every game kind of matters.
GA shootouts is next on our breakfast menu this morning. So we were talking about the free taking competitions that have actually been used quite a bit in the club championships, and making the point that really free taking competitions, not that cool.
Yeah, you've got it there in the star.
Why don't we just have penalties instead?
Yeah, and I think it seems that the GAA want to put this to Central Council. So this weekend is the big date for all these new rules and potential shake-ups.
This is a Carl O'Kane exclusive, and it says turn to page 51, and I'm on page 51. It's the Johnny Sexton story. GAA chiefs are exploring penalty shootouts to replace free-taking competitions, which potentially decide a raft of major championship knockout games. A document seen by Star Sport states that this will be based around penalty pucks and kicks going to the CCCC to fix the winner on the day proposals, because there's too many replays, too many games being not decided on the day. I mean, replays for All-Ireland finals, and that's it.
Yeah. The thing about replays is that it gives us more games between teams of a similar opposition. But if you get rid of replays, then suddenly you're like, oh God, we've lost another 4 games from the football calendar that were actually good.
Yeah, except that it clogs up the schedule.
Clogs up the schedule completely. The negatives of it completely outweigh the positives. Penalties would be great.
Yeah.
Who would be your 5 penalty takers if you were Jim Gavin?
Well, obviously Dean Rock. Obviously Paul Mannion.
Missed a penalty this summer.
After that, who are you going for? Cluxton.
Con O'Callaghan.
Yeah, I said Mannion, yeah.
And
does Cluxton, or does Con O'Callaghan get taken off in games? Does he finish every game?
It doesn't finish every game. He often gets taken off, yeah.
Remember, this is after extra time, so you can stick people back on. There's like you basically get 12 subs in extra time.
If Brogan's on the pitch, he takes a penalty.
You stick him on to take a penalty.
Well, that is a new kind of way you look at things. You can't really put on subs for taking penalties though in GAA, because like there could be 4 scores between the sub and
well,
the actual.
I mean, it's okay if Brogan's fit, you're sticking him on for those last 5 minutes.
Of course
anyway,
you are. Of
and
course
you're happy about the fact that
if Diarmaid Connolly's back, he makes your first 5 definitely.
Yeah.
So basically, this is just favouring the Dubs, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. What an embarrassment of riches they have in the penalty shootout department.
Wilder and Fury, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are fighting in 9 days' time. Relatively low-key build-up to this fight, which actually is 2 interesting fighters. I mean, whatever you think about Tyson Fury as a human being and the stuff that he said. Fury was training at altitude, and Deontay Wilder was like, that guy's too fat. He can't even maintain the training camp.
Basically said, yeah, he quit his altitude training camp because he couldn't handle it. To be fair, Deontay Wilder did say, it's tough up there. Like, I've trained in Colorado, high in the Rockies, with a pint of Coors Light in my hand, and it has been extremely tough. So he's not exactly kind of baiting him too much. If anybody's in LA next week, you can still get tickets. 70 quid.
70 quid?
70 quid for a ticket. Now, to be fair, if you go on Viagogo now and look for ringside tickets, you're paying something like 130 grand. So at the top end, they're absolutely outrageous. But at the lower rungs of things, tickets are still on sale. So it hasn't exactly captured the imagination too much. It's in the Staples Centre. And as you say, whatever you think about Tyson Fury as a man, you can park that for a second. You've got to appreciate what he's done with his body over the last 12 to 18 months, the way he's come back from and battled his personal demons, and obviously that manifested itself. Drinking 100 pints a week, he was saying, at one stage, to battle his physical demons and get back into pretty good shape. Like, he looked physically pretty good against Pianetta in his last fight, although that was a bit of a farce of a fight. And like, there is every chance that he comes back and wins this. The question for Tyson Fury though is what happens after he wins this fight, if he wins a fight, because like, I'm not sure, like, he's speaking to Joe Rogan recently, and the demons that might arise after he reaches this next summit, because it seems that he's only really interested in beating Deontay Wilder. Does he have much interest in fighting Anthony Joshua? I would say personally, from the outside looking in, he should, but you can't inform somebody what they should be interested in. And it seems that Tyson Fury's heart isn't exactly in that Joshua fight. I don't know. I don't know. Like, is it a lack of trash talk between the two? Does he not respect Anthony Joshua as much as he might respect Deontay Wilder? Like, I think that opinion may change pretty quickly if he beats Deontay Wilder, because that Wilder-Joshua fight is surely coming our way in the next 12 months. But yeah, Saturday week, tickets still on sale.
A chess update, because we're all about the chess here. What's this one about, Owen?
It's the longest running draw in the history of the World Chess Championships. 9 draws in a row. 132 years we've been talking about the World Chess Championships. And for the first time ever, I'm proud to report that it's 4.5 apiece after 9 games. Now, Magnus Carlsen had a huge opportunity yesterday and he bottled it. He could have taken the sword to the neck of Caruana, his Italian-American counterpart, and he failed miserably. Now, Magnus Carlsen was sporting a black eye while playing chess yesterday. He was playing football and a Norwegian journalist collided with him.
Oh, right.
And he's sporting a big shiner in his eye. And there was questions yesterday as to whether Magnus Carlsen was concussed as a result of said tackle with the Norwegian journalist. And that may have been a jibe at his poor performance in actually putting Caruana to the sword yesterday, that he may have been concussed.
Chess, trash talk, even worse than Deontay Wilder.
He's basically the Loris Karius of chess, is Magnus Carlsen.
Okay, so the next thing is Patrice Evra. What a creep. Have a look at this. If you're eating your breakfast, you might want to look away for the next 45 seconds. He's kissing a chicken. Kiss. That's him. Like, he's rubbing the chicken like it was, you know, a lover. And then, I mean, chickens are grotesque. Raw chickens are, like...
He goes full Salt Bay there, by the way. I like that bit.
Oh, and then he licks the salt. He's kissed the chicken. This makes no sense. And then he smacks the chicken like it's an arse. Like... It's mad. He's making porn with a chicken.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, he's certainly making the first 5 minutes of a classic porno with the chicken.
Oh, then he... Oh, my God. Oh, he bit a bit of it. Jesus Christ. What?
I love this game! Happy Thanksgiving, everyone!
Happy Thanksgiving indeed.
Yeah, that's not a happy Thanksgiving. That's the fastest way to hospital.
It is. He put up an Instagram story afterwards. I'm not sure can we bring that Instagram story to you, but he was saying that.
He took his Instagram and said this. Have a look.
Let's have a look at this.
Here's our second video. What a kiss. Apparently Salmonella will sleep with me tonight. Yeah. I can't actually hear what he's saying there, but that's what he's saying. He's like telling everybody to calm down. Calm down, everybody.
I see Lewis Hamilton was commenting on the original post saying, I'm not going to lie, this is weird, man. He's kind of getting shamed online.
Well,
which is one of the more acceptable times for that to occur.
What?
Although, you know, each to their own.
No, because like somebody else is going to start doing that. This will become one of those stupid internet crazes where people will genuinely die. Like, raw chicken is poison.
It's not as bad as the Tide Pod craze, but it's right up there for sure. Like, making love to a chicken. Don't do this, kids. Imagine the talk when, like, a teacher in the classroom was like, so we've got Mr. whatever his name coming in to give you a talk on the latest internet craze. He's like, yeah, kids, you see that chicken there? Don't do what Patrice Evra does.
No.
That would be sort of a disgusting route for us to go down as a human nation.